What's up, everybody? Sorry for the early morning inconvenience. Hello, Katie. Hello, Jordan. That's thank you for you guys for getting up. I sent out the I sent out the um, email blast yesterday, and it looks as if you guys got it. And also, if you got it, please check out as you saw Kim's side money plans. Uh, you know that I often don't do that in there, so I was promoting. Yes. I will be um let's see. I'm going over Independence Pass today, not on a hike. I'm on my in my car. Independence Pass goes from Leadville to Aspen. Just gonna give you guys a quick little background. Goes from Leadville to Aspen, and it's only open 3 months a year. The rest of the time, you have to go all the way around to I-70 to Glenwood Springs, then back south all the way back to Aspen. So what one of the most beautiful drives in Colorado is Independence Pass, but only 3 months can you do it. And the Leadville to Aspen is just under an hour. It probably takes about 50 minutes, but if you go all the if it's not during those 3 months and you have to go from Leadville to Aspen, it's about 4 hours. So without this pass, it's 4 times as long. It really, I mean, as you could tell, a 50-minute drive or a 4-hour drive is huge difference. So a couple things are scrolling on the bottom before I leave for that. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm crossing over to I'm going to go to Glenwood Springs, cut down, go to Aspen, take Independence Pass. I'm going to hike down to Turquoise Lake, and then I'm going to hike back out. And tonight I will be back because we have a little think tank thing going that I really can't reveal anything, but it's going to be awesome. And as well as I have a meeting with Para. I have to prepare with Jimmy for my meeting with Chan this week. And we have some Para news coming out. And today, I do want to talk about this new Iowa state law. And I also am waiting to see if Abdul shows up. He is the CEO of Display Ride. And I've mentioned it before, and there's an interview in there that you guys should watch because Display Ride there's no better deal out there, you guys. I mean, like even if you go buy a dash cam, if you go buy a $200, $300, $400, $500 dash cam, it's either going to be an SD card or you're going to have to pay separately, independently, monthly for the cloud storage. So whatever you need to store, you're going to have to pay for that through either their service or another service. And I'll use Owl for example. And I'm going to use Owl for an example because I think Owl compared to Display Ride, and I love Display Ride, don't get me wrong, and I'll bring it around here, but Owl had a camera that even if like your bumper was knocked in the middle of the night and the camera was off, it would turn on and hit that section. So it could almost like hit, instead of the front and back camera, it could almost hit 4 quads. But your car could be off, somebody could bump it in the night, or if somebody was trying to break in, it would record out that quad, it would get them. Like my Display Ride camera right now, I have 2. So I have my Falcon 360, which is the one that clamps on your rear view and has an SD card. And if somebody grabbed that, yanked it off, then I'm screwed because nothing gets uploaded to the cloud. Now, one perk I do have is that, like I just said, it's a clamp onto the rear view. And the rear view isn't normally where people keep their dash cam. Most people have it mounted. And even though they're SD cards, they'll see that, they'll grab it, rip it out. So I do have one advantage that maybe somebody would grab that, but now I have Display Ride. And I have Display Ride because I'm trying to work with Abdul a little bit and help him promote these, because for $20 a month, you can get telematics, which doesn't send anything anywhere, but it is going to be happening in the future, guys. It is, hey, what's up, Rideshare, Lisa? How are you? Good morning. But at this point, it's just for you. Realize that telematics is going to come down the chute very quickly. But with that, what I mean is, I feel better getting on with telematics now through this company than than I would waiting until the insurance companies have telematics and ask you to use them through dash cams that will be pre-built into cars. I know it's not like when a car, and let's compare it to phones. You know, Gary and I were talking about this the other day. If you buy an iPhone from the iStore, you're going to pay top dollar. You're going to pay, if it's $1,500, you can go into your carrier and probably get huge deals, trade in. You're going to get it for very less. You can pay $15 a month for 2 years, and the phone's going to be yours. It's going to be a brand new phone, 1,400 bucks. But if you go to the Apple store, you're going to pay 1,400 bucks right out the door because it's not branded to any of the brands. So if you go buy one from Verizon, or 1,500 bucks, thank you, Sensei, 1,500 bucks. So, and I'm guessing that that's an iPhone 13 Pro. So, and that's, I have one of those, and then I have an iPhone 8. So it's, but if you go buy those from Verizon or Sprint or AT&T or whoever your carrier is, most likely they're going to say, unless you have an iPhone 8 as your backup phone like I do, which is on the last rung of a trade-in right now, it's worth like $100. So unless, you know, if I go trade in my iPhone 10 for an iPhone 13 right now through Verizon or AT&T or any of that, then it will probably, you know, who knows, because they show you that, you know, here's our savings, here's our rebate, but it seems like they are able to do some extra math sometimes and really make it so that they want you walking out the door with the phone. I mean, it's funny because with all the brick and mortar businesses we've lost, it's funny that they still operate in a like pushy salesman type way, but I like it because I miss that. I think that that's something that the world's lacking now. Amazon just kind of sucked it out of people. So, but yeah, so I want to have Abdul on. And again, with the phones, you know, the cracked phones. But here's my thing. Oh, let me bring it back around to Display Rad, because hopefully Abdul is going to be here in about 23 minutes. And I'm not sure the stream's not going to go that long today, guys. But so if you get a Display Ride cam right now, you will have to pay the monthly upkeep charges. Okay, if that's, you're not going to get out of that, but that's $20. It gives you telematics, which will be sent to only you. And remember, soon telematics is what will come back to you and say, hey, you're braking too hard, hey, you're accelerating too hard. And people are like, well, that's Big Brother. Well, guess what? Big Brother's coming down the chute to where cars are going to have the telematics installed, and they're not going to be owned by an insurance agency, but they're going to be accessible if you allow it. And I think that down the road, that should scare people to worry about, well, really, or can they get it without me allowing it? So telematics are, the reason I view it as important is because right now you can get a Display Ride for free. Okay. You go to displayride.com, you type in, actually, Abdul made it weird. You type in just all capital Steve. I asked him to do Rodeo, like other places, but he did Steve. If you go to displayride.com and at the end you put in Steve for promo code, you'll get a $20 a month deal instead of $25 a month. And what this is $20 a month for unlimited cloud storage. You get with the Display Ride unit, you get a phone number directly tied to it, and you get unlimited cloud storage. And there's a button on there to press at any time that will send the last 2 minutes of footage front and back to your phone within 30 seconds. And there's an emergency button to push on there because it's a phone line that will get an operator on the line immediately. So if I'm like in real problem, I can hit the call button and they'll be within the cabin with me, and they are able to know where I am by geolocation. So anything happens to me, they can put that tag out to the officials or whatever if I'm in trouble. Okay. So I wouldn't hit that unless I'm in trouble. So, and then the last part is if you go to Display Ride, use my promo code, the camera is free. Now you do have to sign a contract. And with it, you know, obviously I've talked to Abdul many times. He's going to be here again, guys. I think he's going to be here in about 20 minutes. He had another meeting, but I really wanted to bring him on today because he gave me the camera for about the last 6 months and I've been doing some testing and I want to go through it with him. The good, the bad, and the ugly. However, there wasn't much bad and ugly, so I'm happy. But yeah, I mean, a free dash cam, $20 a month that gets you a phone line on there. So again, guys, not only is this uploading to the cloud, it's uploading to the cloud in real time. It has a button to push for the last 2 minutes of footage, whether it be you just want to laugh at a passenger that you have in the car, or, you know, God forbid, an accident or something. You hit that button and you'll get the last 2 minutes from the time you hit it. So in an accident, you know, by the time you would come to and, you know, or like get your bearings down, you don't even need to like go, okay, I'll wait 3 seconds. Nope. The accidents happen. You just push it. It'll show the 2 minutes leading up to it and the impact and everything. And by the time the police get on site, you will have, because 30 seconds, you'll have the footage on your phone to show them, here's what happened. Now it's a little bit grainy until it comes through to your email, but it's easy to tell what's going on and what happened. So I would recommend to everybody to check out Display Ride. What's up, Hannibal? Yeah, it's an early one today because, well, actually, because of you, dude. No, not because of you, but kind of. I want to go over Independence Pass from, so I was just talking about it. Independence Pass goes from Leadville to Aspen. It takes about an hour to go over. It's one of the most beautiful passes in the country, and definitely in the state, but in the country too. But they're only open like it's 10 weeks. I said 3 months, but it's actually only 10 weeks. It's 10 weeks a year they're open to use that road to go over because it gets too dangerous in the winter. But it's 40 minutes from Leadville to Aspen. And when that pass is closed, it's 4 hours to go around, and it's the only way into Aspen. So am I trying to go to Aspen? No. I'm actually trying to go to the top of Independence Pass where there's a pullover and you can do this like hike down in Turquoise Lake. And it's just amazing. And I'm meeting a friend up there who owns a rafting company in Buena Vista who I haven't seen in a minute. So excited. And so we're just going to chill and check it out and do a quick hike, take our dogs. He has my dog Bodie is a border collie, Australian Shepherd mix. And he has got the energy and drive of a madman. Awesome. But he's got lots of dog friends, but all of his dog friends are huge, and the ones he really likes. And my buddy Hugh that I'm meeting has this dog Boone that it's not a mastiff, it's a damn horse is what it is. But he stands like this, like when I'm standing up, Boone's head is right near the top of my head. He eats 12 cups of food a day. And it's funny because when we take these dogs out hiking, Boone has these long legs and he loves Bodie and Bodie loves him, but like he'll just stand there and Bodie goes under him for shade. My dog stands under him, like stands. He doesn't even have to lay. He just stands there under him for shade. It's really awesome, dude. Yeah, worker breeds, Hannibal, and high energy for sure. This guy like I said, this guy lives up in Buena Vista. He's got tons of land. He can see the 10-mile range and the Sawtooth range. And even if the dogs did get out of his awesome built dog run area, it's kind of like family up there. It's a very small town. Like everybody knows Hugh and Megan. And, they've lived there for about 8 years and already the town's not that big. It's Buena Vista, Colorado. It's beautiful. It's a big rafting community in the summer. For either hardcores that want to do the Arkansas or the Colorado and do like the high level ones or train for the Snake River. But it's also a place that a lot of rafting companies or a couple rafting companies go out of with beginners and do some beginner route stuff and then bus them back and that kind of thing. But let's see. Oh, so I'm going to go to Independence Pass. I'm going to do this hike. I'm going to come back home, and then I want to have an hour or so before I meet with you guys tonight at 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain. Hannibal, if you can give me a thumb. Wait, no. 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain, or 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain. Hannibal, if you can just put what time Eastern it is for me in there, it's kind of important. I actually do need to know. Otherwise, I'll just be texting you when I'm done with this. Um, but yeah, still no text from Abdul. Hey, what's up, Gary? How are you, my friend? You still you dealing with a bad hotspot situation, bro? Or is your wife sneaking in on you and seeing your mic out? Damn it, Gary. The other night, Gary was we were streaming, and his wife came in the room, and he treated it like I'm sorry, Gary, I gotta say this, but he treated it like he was watching porn. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything. I love you, Gary. It was pretty funny. Um, so I don't even. Oh, it was during the radio show, and she probably did not expect you to be on at all. Okay, so you know what, Gary, you gave me that suggestion to just turn off the comments sometimes so I can focus. I got to tell you, like if I turn like right now, okay, they're on StreamYard, but right now they're off. I do focus a lot better without them. I've always told you guys I'm not good at the comments. I don't know if it's because of my eyes. My eyes have slipped a little over the years. I used to have great eyes that really could see, really good. And then they started sliding. I went and saw the optometrist, and he got me glasses, but now I've got, near and far sighted. Uh, yeah, radio show should always have. I agree, Gary. I think that I just didn't think of it till you said it, but I think that it should. Except for I did like the fact that there it is. Hi, Lisa. Yep, but he was sneaking. Yeah, well, I was going in at when Tom would say, okay, we'll be right back, and he'd go to radio break. That's when I felt like it was time, like I could jump over to the comments and look, because I was like, okay, this is perfect integration of YouTube. Like we're live on the radio, boom, disappear the comments, and then um, when we are back off, turn them back on. Who you calling a bottom feeder, Bud Soda? Don't talk about my mom that way, bro. Hey Hannibal, if you are still in here, dude, give me a time for tonight in Eastern time so I can make sure that I'm back, because it's a bit of a drive. It's about two. When I leave here, it's gonna be about 2.5 hours up to Leadville, and then it's about an hour. Um, so it's gonna be about 7 hours. No, 5 hours. I'll meet my buddy. Hopefully, the way it should work out is about 6 hours should get me round trip of what I'm doing car time. But it's the last time of summer for me to do it. 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain. Got it. Okay. Well, Hannibal, I'm sure you'll send me a link. I will be home by like 6:30, 6 to make dinner for my son, and um, yeah, I was just reading the comments. Sorry. See, that's what happens to me, guys. My eyes are hard to focus, so when I go, and then I got to focus on the words, unless I wear my glasses. But when I wear my glasses, I get the reflection syndrome that Gary's like, there's no getting around that. And I hear him, dude. No matter what you do with the camera or what, actually, there's no reflection syndrome. All right, Gary, it's fixed. We were wrong. I got. Maybe it's because it's a day, but barely, dude. Barely. Maybe the hat helps a little. There we go. Oh, Bud Sonny, you're talking about you're calling Lisa a bottom feeder because she's trying for top dasher. Maybe just say, um, "Good luck, Lisa. I hope it works out for you." I don't know. I'm so sick of the. Hannibal talked about this last night, guys, but I gotta bring it up again. I won't harp on it, but damn, man, some people need to chill out and settle down and leave the internet for a while and shut up. That's enough said. That's what I'll say. Because there's a lot of dumb people out there, guys. A lot of dumb people. And by dumb people, I don't mean, necessarily where's your IQ level. I just mean smart, stupid people who think they are street smart. And to that, I laugh because I have many more years on all of them. And just kind of a joke in my book. So, especially any that I've trusted who have decided that they aren't big enough to make a phone call and or even shoot a text. However, they think a 2-hour YouTube platform or an hour YouTube platform or whatever to just bitch and rant is what it's all about. I'll tell you what it's all about. It's all about my family, making sure I got food in my fridge, that my son's fed, and that I'm the best person I can be. You want to talk shit about me outside of that? Go for it. Enough said. Now back to the game. All right. But that's the other thing, guys. I've been told about everything that's been going on. Just in case you're wondering, I'm not going to say a lot of it. Honestly, I wouldn't say a lot of it because, and Hannibal and other people know this about me. Okay, I actually challenged all the creators a long time ago, to do something that we do in the audio cast world, which is always end something with just my opinion, or at least make it be known that this is my opinion. Do not state things like it's facts. Okay. That sounds like old school news, and you people doing that are wrong most of the time. Just saying. And if by wrong, you're like, I'm not wrong. Okay. By wrong, I mean you relay a bunch of details and the details aren't right or something. You're never right. Stop it. At least if you're going to say something like stupid, or if you're going to say something smart, it doesn't matter. End it with, this is just my opinion. So, anyway, I've heard about what's been done. I have chosen to ignore it. Now, I know that attacks have been done on other people, and some people might watch it, some people might not. Actually, I don't know anybody I don't know if I've talked to anybody who's like, I just don't watch any of it. But I literally have not watched any of it except for I will admit, there was like a 5-minute portion I tuned into in Roy's live last night, and just got a lot of. Actually, I'll tell you guys this. I tuned in at the perfect time because I learned some truths about a couple people. I mean, straight up, even ones that I already thought I knew, I learned more. So now I know where a handful of people stand with me. So it's cool. It's cool. Hannibal, even, I was talking to Hannibal about ELE. Everybody love everybody. He said, it ain't going to happen. I'm from Brooklyn. It ain't going to happen. I'm from Denver. It ain't going to happen here either. I get it. I'm just saying it because I'm trying to put that energy out like Kim does her, her kindness campaign kind of thing. I believe in Kim's kindness campaign because when you say something enough, when you mantra it, you do believe it. I mean, if you mantra hate, you'll be hateful. If you mantra kindness and good-heartedness, fill in the blank. But anyway, I caught 5 minutes last night, and it was the perfect 5 minutes because it was probably the worst 5 minutes. I don't know because I didn't see the rest. However, I saw all I needed to on some different people. In fact, I learned a lot. About me, and then sometimes, usually I am very open-minded. I'm willing to, um, I can be open-minded, and I will absolutely listen to people as long. Okay, so no more ELE on the everydayness, but told Hannibal then ERE. Everybody respect everybody. And if you can't do that, then get out. Just get out, you know? And that respect level comes in many different forms, you guys. But um, again, hopefully in about 5 minutes, I got Abdul from Display Rod. He actually, if it's not today, he'll come back, but he actually has a surprise. So if some of you guys are here, that's going to be great because I think he has one or two. I think he has one or two um, cameras to perhaps give out with a few months of free service. I'm not kidding, by the way. I don't know this, but I kind of do. Yeah, Flex, but I'm sorry, man. People can stick up for people too, and people cannot let things go the way that they do. There were some things said by there's one angry party. We all know what's going on. There's one angry party, and another party had to pick his platform last night and revealed full true colors because there was some bullshit in it, some lies. And I know that, I don't know. I know that all four of you guys sat around. I mean, it couldn't have been a worse circle of people I would never want to be around now. I'll tell you that because I'm fucking done with that shit. People can go suck at Flex for real. And that goes triple for your boy Flex. Yeah. He can suck it 4 times over. So enough said there. But that was uncalled for last night. It's already a situation. There's already a situation, and he's just adding flames to it. Robert's adding flames to it. Just the whole thing seemed like if it was my channel, I wouldn't have let that shit go down, unless I didn't like the person. So unless everybody in there, everybody has an issue with me, and even then, I think it was pretty pathetic. But unless everybody has an issue with me in there, that was pathetic as a whole. Just speaking as a person who's lived on this planet for 50 years, very responsible, takes care of my family, feeds my family, and all of my priorities are based on busting my ass and giving up everything in my world for my family. So I don't appreciate one thing that happened in there. However, I am professional and I have some responsibilities to do here to solo, to moves. I always get this wrong. I have to practice this to the left. Okay. Uh, hey, what up, Chris? Yeah, Flex. Okay. Let's talk about this real quick because I want to get past this. Do you really think that Willie Anderson, you, Roy, Cody, and Robert Reese, do you think that's beneficial to me at all to come on to it? Cody has my phone number. We communicated on phone calls and texts for a long time. Then I texted him 10 times. He has my number. The simple answer is call him. That's what should be done on every stream. Call him. Well, no, I'm just going to yell for an hour and a half with him not here. No, call him. It's that simple. And then Willie jumps on, showed some real true colors. And I'm glad he did, because if you think that was correct, what happened last night, at least what I saw, then I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to say, bro, because I'll tell you what, again, Willie has my number. These people picking public platforms to make their displays is pathetic. People, and you know what, Flex? The community views it as pathetic. Okay. I know there's some that don't, and I know Willie likes to call it you guys are another group, but I think of it as a big community, and we all need to play our part in the community. I don't see what the roles of hating people for no reason. And yet, when you're going to be public and hate them that much, and you have their phone number and you've had contact with them in that way before, reach out to them. I mean, this isn't, I don't want to make a phone call. I only text. Okay, if you're going to be on a public forum, you're going to say that crap, reach out to them. And that's all I got to say on it. I'm done because you know what? I'm at peace with things and I don't want to be around the negative people anymore. So, wherever they are, I won't be. And I'm not gonna exactly, Sensei. Exactly. Yep. It's just pathetic, dude. I mean, and I mean that. It's pathetic. Pathetic. So to those pathetic people, go nuts. Produce the content you want. Go nuts. Because I'm just trying to actually bring news here. To be honest, guys, YouTube is my third priority platform. My first is Uber Lyft drivers. It's been around for 6 years. UberLiftDrivers.com. If you haven't heard me talk about this before, it's not just rideshare at all. Um, it's all of the gig economy and even more, like I do on here. And then comes the audio podcast. 120,000 downloads. Just did the 150th episode. I'm in my 26th month, and that I don't know if you guys know, but 120,000 downloads on an audio podcast is huge. So that's a real priority. I mean, it's grown to a point where it's 11 to 1,400 downloads a week. So on the one podcast. So after this month, it's been a little crazy. I will be getting back to just the Tuesday drop, and I'm not sure how I'm going to bring it here to YouTube, but I'm working on it. And then YouTube is a priority of mine, of course. I mean, I shouldn't have said third. They're all my priorities. Uber Lyft drivers is my baby. If you look for this year, there has not been not one day that I didn't post an article on Uber Lyft drivers. Again, guys, it's like the podcast. I haven't missed 1 week of a Tuesday podcast. I haven't a Tuesday drop podcast. I haven't missed one day this calendar year of posting on the website. So what camera? So are you talking about display ride? I don't know, man. It's 9:02. He's supposed to be on here in a minute. I wouldn't hit him with bad questions today, Gary. Just if you really have a question, just dude, email him. You have his contact info. And if not, I can get it to you. Maybe I'm missing part of this discussion. What's the penalty for missing? I don't know if I really understand that. Flex, especially with the 3 question marks, you're gonna have to reword that, bro. I can't. I don't have my cereal box decoder. Yeah, display ride. Yeah, Gary, but come on, dude. Abdul's coming on here. Don't be a I don't think there's a term for him, but we all know. Troll, asshole, whatever. But yeah, dude, I can put you in touch with Abdul. If they're not returning your emails, maybe you don't have the correct email. I have his direct one. I don't know. Maybe info's not getting back to you, or maybe Abdul's isn't. Either way, we could try vice versa. I don't know. Yeah, I would. I know. Okay, man, but he's coming on here to give away 2 free cameras and 6 free months. So, I'll ask him, but I'll probably ask him off the camera and I'll say, hey, somebody's been having trouble getting in touch with you, because I don't know that we're going that direction. It's not like a full interview. He's just stopping by because I was giving him a plug and he wanted to offer up a free couple cameras. If it doesn't happen tonight, it's going to happen Tuesday. But I can help you get in touch with Abdul. I have display ride now for a long time and I don't have an issue with it. So, I don't, if you're having an issue, or if you just don't want to pay for it, that's the other thing, is that he has me doing this trial thing. So I'm kind of, when you beta something for a company, I plug them, and one of the perks is you get to try it out. I mean, because one of the perks is I told them I'll do a write up on UberLiftDrivers.com after 60 days, and it's probably been about that long. So pretty soon here I should do it. Uh, I've just been busy. You guys, I've been writing articles for Moves too. Um, yeah, Gary, I would just say, for one, make sure that you know what, just contact them and say that you want to. Well, I don't want to, but contact them and just say that you want to cancel the service. I'm sure if you do that, they're going to say, "Oh, okay, well, you need to get the camera back," and they're going to walk you through the process. So, because they pay, I do know that they pay for the shipping back too. So I don't know if you kept the box. Like, I kept the box just for whatever. That way I can put it neatly back in the box. It's an easy thing to send. But they'll pay for the shipping, so I do know that. Um, let me look into it for you. Okay, and if I can off the camera, I'll ask him. But I think he's only gonna be here for like 10 minutes to do a little promoting, and so I don't really want to go through returns. If he was here for 40 minutes and I was doing an interview today, I would absolutely do it. I hear you. It's important. Um, Man, it's really cool how cool this iPhone 13 camera is. Now that I learned how to use it for the stream, that's awesome, because I watch it bounce, you guys, and it doesn't bounce. And if it's at an angle, it still straightens out the picture with the 3 cam. It's tight. It's just this camo logo in the corner that I got to work on. Um, but yeah, Gary, I'll ask him. Especially if you're here, I'll ask him, dude, because maybe he'll have something else he'd like to say about it as well. But it's 9:05. I still haven't had an email from him. Let me check, because Flex, see where it says camo? So I just haven't paid for it yet. It's actually not that expensive. But so I'm using my iPhone 13 as my cam right now. Like, I'm going to show you guys the difference, because it might not be as awful right now because I'm in my room that gets amazing light, but it will be worse. And I'm also going to have to adjust this because it's going to have to use but look, that is a MacBook Air 8 FaceTime HD built-in camera. Okay. Um, this is the camo one. I don't know. To me, it looks amazingly better, and it's free. It's free. The Camo app is free, you guys. Like, I'm running it right now for free. If I pay $5 a month, or if I pay $40 a year, the Camo thing goes away. And if like, I've been using it for about a month and a half. If I want to spend lifetime, it's $79.99, and you never pay anything for it, and the camo thing goes away, and you got it for lifetime. So $40 a year, or it was $69.99 for the lifetime. You actually save $10. So it was 70 for the lifetime, 40 for the year, free as I'm running it right now, as long as you don't mind the camo thing. I think of it like the StreamYard tag. It took I used I used that one a few times before I went to the professional version, and with this I'm kind of doing the same. But I think I'm gonna get this. I think I'll do it, because it seems to be about the quality of um oh, you guys are gonna have to help me. If Hannibal's still in here, he knows. Is it DLSR? Is that the type of camera? I know I have all the letters right. I just don't know if they're in the right order. Oh man. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, yeah. DLSR. Okay, thanks, Apple. Um, and then this is ASMR. Oh, sorry guys. I just the ASMR stuff drives me crazy, and I don't care. Again, I'm not somebody who if something drives me crazy, I'm like, oh, get rid of it. Like it's fine. I'm just still trying to understand why. Like Joe, Let's Play DoorDash Joe. He was talking about how his son goes to sleep to the ASMR. And he's like, it sounds like hey, what's up, Gig Lebowski? How you doing? ASMR audio Steve. Yeah, no, don't start branding that, dude. I'll have to start a new channel and get a bunch of mics. And I don't even know, guys. Is that a fetish? Is that something that people do on OnlyFans? is, is ASMR that too? I mean, I've seen it on all the platforms. I've seen it, and even though I only get on it to create the content, I see it on my TikTok channel too. Or when I get into TikTok, I see a lot of that crap. And oh, you walked into an ASMR session. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn why. And again, it's just not for me. But if somebody could explain it to me, like what does anybody know? Even has anybody read what the reason for loving this stuff is? Is it because like Joe's son, he goes to sleep to it. So um I don't know. Joe said it sounds like monsters coming from his room every night. This is his son. It's like and when he said it, I thought, well, that's kind of a lot of them I've heard sound like that. I would never want to go to sleep to that crap. You know, ambient noise is fine. An air like I like something like air conditioner or HEPA running or something. That's fine. That helps drown some things out. But I don't get like a creepy noise going on all night. I would just wake up all the time. Oh wait, here Flex has an answer. Maybe it's the people that create sound effects and get sucked on some sound. Okay, I still don't get it. Okay. Does it have to be a microphone then? You say Scotch tape. Can I go take my fingernails to a board and just go? Is that ASMR? Is it? If I keep doing it? uh, oh wait, is this legit, Lebowski? So wait a minute. ASMR shortbread. Is that actually like where can I find it? Because I actually want to learn from somebody who does it right or something where I can maybe go, okay, I don't like it, but I get it. Um, but is it a TikTok? Is it um, is it YouTube? Arturo. Wait a minute. Isn't that would be sensory, that would be audio deprivation and video enhancement. That would not be ASMR, bro. Is ASMR about watching them too? I just thought it was about the sound. Yeah, Lebowski, if you could drop a link, that'd be sweet. I actually would check it out because I see way too many come up in my feed, and usually they're really young people. Like I keep waiting for him to be in like a diaper and a baby pacifier and be tripping on ecstasy and doing it. That's what I imagine is like a 25-year-old adult sitting naked on their bed doing that on ecstasy and their eyes spinning and stuff. So, oh, it's like a double whammy. You put the porn on with no volume, and then you choose your favorite ASMR channel. But now, would you have to find ASMR channels that suit the porn you're watching, or would any ASMR work? Okay, it's a YouTube channel. Sweet, dude. I will check it out. Huh. Yeah, same thing on TikTok, Lebowski, and I know that's a hard one to gauge. It really is. TikTok could be, like the rideshare guy who has 120,000 followers on YouTube has like 220 on TikTok. Yet Yost Malone has 2,000 followers on YouTube, but he's got like, I mean, I thought Atlanta Delivers had a lot at like 50,000. Yost has got like 180,000 followers on TikTok. Um, he's like super engaged there. So to each his own on the platforms they work. By the way, I appreciate Yost's help with he's helped me with TikTok a little. Just understanding what the duets and the things like that mean when you set them, but not so this Monday I got Hannibal is going to be my co-host on the podcast. We're going to make it fun as always. And then the next week I have Yost Malone, and then the next week I have Jason Thierry, and then that will be it. And I go back to just me. There's going to be a few weeks of just me. And then I've been doing some letting people from around the country who have never been on a podcast but want to, that I know who are veteran gig workers. We're going to meet a lot of new faces on the audio podcast. So it's been a fun summer doing the co-podcast here on YouTube, but I'm going to bring it back to the audio listeners and not just remaster it good from the audio, from the StreamYard take files, but I'm going to actually record it in studio like I used to. And I might video record it and then premiere it here on YouTube, but I'm going to go back to the audio style because we really, when I started, it was a tin can. I had the crappiest mic. I had, and Hannibal was like, just, slowly build up your equipment. And I did. I wasn't the type who I'm not going to go buy everything I need. So I bought one piece at a time. I built it. And my audio, when I do the audio podcast, guys, and then remaster it, it is the best sounding thing ever. And thank you, Jason Thierry, for that. Gig Economy podcast. He's a madman. He calls himself an audiophile because he'll get so annoyed. You could put iTunes flawless music on for him, and even if he doesn't like the music genre, he might go, that's that mix, and it's not the mix. It's just him. He's got this weird, like, he's got a superpower in his ear or something. I've known a lot of sound guys, and either he's like psychotic or a genius. And usually geniuses tend to be psychotic, so he could be both. But I love Jason. He's a great guy. He's done wonderful things for me. I can't say enough. What's up, Omer? How are you? Hey, Brandon. No, bro, I don't engage in bullshit. So, ever. I'm not, any parties that want to talk to me, they have my phone number. They can call me. It's that simple, guys. It really is. It really is that simple. And I don't know if anybody disagrees with the fact that if you have a problem with somebody and you have their phone number and you've had that connection with them, that you should just call them or text them and not bring it to YouTube. And, I don't know. I'm very clear cut that absolutely I would never do that. I would get somebody on the phone, so whatever. But no, I'm not. I don't engage in that bullshit, Brandon. But hey, Brandon, I did mention this in Hannibal's live yesterday, and I wasn't kidding. You actually brought up a really good point about 13 minutes of news. So Brandon yesterday said it's 10 minutes of news and 3 minutes of intro. So I thought, you know what? It might not be 3. Actually, yesterday it probably was, but he's right. I said, so I need to like start it off so I'm going to because 15 minutes is a great time. I'm going to make it 15 minutes, but the first 2 minutes will just kind of be me saying hello, letting people get in there, and maybe just kind of doing a quick intro, a couple plugs for some sponsors. And then I will say, somehow I'll be like, okay, and 13 minutes starts now. I don't use OBS, but if I could find a way to have like a little timer, maybe I could just put something on my back ledge over there that was like a timer counting down, or something. I don't know, but that way I'll know. And so it would be 2 minutes, then 13. So I'd have up to 15 total. But when I say start, that would start the 13 minutes. So you're right. I do need to do 13 minutes of news, not intro and then some news all in 13 minutes. That's what I was saying. I'll tip you in the app. Sound. What does I'll tip you in the app sound? Is it like the Price is Right sound when the mountain climber goes over the mountain? If that went over any of your heads, don't call me old. Um, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. I did it out of love. Everybody love everybody. Um, so I've talked about this a couple times this week, you guys, and we talked about it on Thursday. Hannibal covered the story, talked about it on the radio show on Friday. But you guys, I can't get enough of this story, and the more I dig into it, I actually want to know before any of you have to bounce out or anything. I would love to know your opinion on this. I'll try and make it kind of quick. It doesn't look like Abdul is going to make it, so it looks like we're going to do that on Tuesday. Um, tomorrow, before I do this thing, tomorrow I am having a long meeting with Chan from Para, and we are going to be going over uh, a few different projects of Para's right now, and then David and I are going to meet. And then I'm sorry, then the whole team and I are going to meet. And then David's going to start coming on here every 2 weeks to kind of give a little update. It's going to be like a 20-minute session. David and I talk 3 times a week at least for an hour, couple hours. But he's going to spend one of those days we're going to pick, and it's going to be like 20 minutes of Para update. And it's even going to talk about it's not just going to in fact it's not going to be tip transparency stuff unless that's what's up at the time, but it's going to be what is going on because most people don't even know. So also I'm going to start prodding Gary because Gary's got this dope ass project that you guys all need to know. Well, you guys probably know, you've heard it slip out of his mouth here and there, but let's start poking him, man. In fact, I have to go to Dallas. I have to leave for Dallas on Sunday, the 21st. I will be having lunch on, because I'll be leaving the evening of Sunday. I'm going to have lunch in, I forget the town, but I'm driving right through it, where Dashing Grandpa lives, Brandon. I'm going to stop through and have lunch with him, and that puts me a couple hours out of Dallas. And then I will be there from the 22nd until the 26th for Podcast Movement 2022. Jason Thierry, myself, and Lifting with Larry, we all have a Airbnb rented, and we have full conference access, and really looking forward to that because I need that right now. I mean, Pedro's was a nice vacation, but man, that felt rushed. I like drive all the way there, then I drive all the way back. Didn't mind the drives at all, but I would have liked a couple more days. Of course anybody would, but the first day I got there, I was like, right away we jumped in. I saw David and Jimmy at the house when I arrived at 8 a.m. We were working by 9. We worked from 9 to noon, then went for lunch. I mean, it's like we get in person, we start working. It was crazy. But we had such a good time. But so for Podcast Movement, I'll be down there for 5 days at the same place. And it's from like 8 to 5 every day. And all of us, Jason, was like, yeah, you don't need to take all the things all day. But I was looking at the app, and he's like, I'm already signed up for all mine. And so I started signing. He's like, you can sign up for multiple. So I started signing up, and I was like, there's no hour where I don't have 2 or 3 that I want to go to. So it's going to be like a coin toss or which room is more full. It's a huge convention center. I've worked it actually before. It's the Dallas Convention Center. And the first night or Tuesday night we're there, Jason's going to get new ink. I guess everywhere that Jason travels, he goes to a tattoo shop. So to me, that's really odd because most people I know go to a tattoo shop, and then if they move, maybe they get another one, or if somebody stops tattooing, they know somebody at the same place, they start using them. But usually your tattoo artist is somebody very important to you that sticks with you. I don't know a lot of people that just go to cities and, hey, random person. Because hopefully Larry and I get to play a say in where it goes, and what it is, because that'd be fun. Curious how people are doing with the upfront details. I made out this past weekend for 6 hours. I made out decent this past. Okay, that's awesome, Brandon. So I got this question for you though. Did you, if you hadn't done decent, okay, if you had done badly, was it in a position where you would only have yourself to blame? And I'm just asking that because I think of it as the upfront pricing model is that way. The upfront pricing model is that you're going to see it. You're going to see how far you're going, where you're picking up, where you're dropping off. That's what I've always wanted. So if it's a transparency thing and the offers just were paying decent, but you were taking them, that's cool. I mean, it's not, but it is what it is. But if it was, if something was going wrong with it, that's different. But if it's working how it says it's supposed to, even if that means I decline everything, it's still the fact that they're showing everything. So if Uber shows everything, if they're fully transparent, if they show me my pay, my pickup, my destination, miles, estimated time, I can take my own route. And I know the new feature is awesome. I don't know if they still show acceptance rate, but it no longer matters. You can have a 1% acceptance rate. You don't have to do 5 jumping jacks or, sit ups or anything like that to get back into the full transparency like California was doing. And even California is going to move to that model where it's just you can accept or you can pass on it. So if they're showing you everything up front, it's all they can do. And if the offers are crappy, that just means that Uber is offering crappy offers. So if you want to take crappy offers, there's Uber. But at least if they're being transparent, they're being honest, then that's where being an independent contractor for as many years as I have, I say, awesome. Because that is you as the independent contractor now needing to say, I don't want that. It just doesn't seem that good. Then don't take it. Because at this point, if they show full transparency, if they're showing where you're picking up, where you're going, miles, and how much you're being paid out, I really don't know how to argue with that other than to say, well, these offers suck. But that's the same as a W 2 employee saying, oh, this job sucks, or I want to be paid more, or blah, 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 blah. Like that happens everywhere in every job, in every career field. There are people who make $5 million a year who aren't satisfied. There are people who make $10, $20 million a year who aren't satisfied. They want more. So it's just human nature, no matter what you're doing, to hate a boss and to want more money. So, when it's these platforms, it gets very confusing. Who's my boss? And especially for a lot of people, that's the problem. You're the boss. This app is just, they're throwing some things at you. Here, you want this? You want this? You want this? That's what an independent contractor is. You're being offered some things. Do you want them or not? If you don't, they're going to pass on to the next independent contractor. That's how it works in everything. So I'm happy with it. Now I'm not happy if it sucks for you, but at least if it's going to suck, have it suck up front. Have me see it that it sucks. Because then if I take it, it's on me. If I don't take it, I'm just being smart and playing, and I'm sure, one thing I'm sure they're counting on is that some people are still going to be afraid of acceptance rate. So they're just not going to, I know that on delivery platforms, people aren't, but I will tell you, rideshare drivers, especially any that have been in it for long enough, even when they start taking away those restrictions, they're like, I don't know. Like, especially people who do it for a good chunk, if not all of their earnings. So I would say, bottom line, guys, people just aren't usually happy with their jobs. They might not mind the work they're doing, but usually they're not happy when it comes. I mean, like, even when you get a new job, man, you could go and then all of a sudden be like, well, I need a raise, man. If I don't get one, I'm quitting. It's there's so many factors. I mean, look at what we talked about a few weeks ago with I don't want to get the wrong company. Was it Uber or Lyft? Who in New York was assembling that team to deal with wasn't autonomous, but some logistical feature. The rental programs, the rental cars that they were going to do through, and maybe it was Uber. So anyway, they had 70 employees in New York. They were supposed to launch this center. This big debate came up about whether or not they should be there. They were trying to open, and then all of a sudden things went away and they could open. And the people who, the 70 people who were working this program, who had been waiting for it to open, they had the green light for July 1st. And on July 20 or June 29th, they got an email saying, oh, we're not going to open this here anymore. We're going to open it 1 month in Austin. They made everybody move to Austin, and then they were delayed 2 months. And I think it was 2 weeks ago that they decided, you know what, guys, this program's canceled. So what is that employment value like? What does that W-2 model look like? So, okay, take a job, move to New York. You're going to work for Lyft or Uber. And again, I'm sorry, I just don't want to put the wrong tag on it. I'm starting to think it's Uber now, but I thought it was Lyft at first. But I can't get to it quick enough. And, but it's one of the two. I will make sure to somehow make mention of it later, which one I was talking about. But yeah. But anyway, hey, move to New York. We're going to have this new program starting up with Lyft. Or you get promoted from within, or Uber, and I'll just say Rideshare. And then, we're going to have this vehicle rental thing, and you're going to run it. You're going to be the starting team. Okay. Oh, you've been here 2 months. You probably got settled in. We're moving it to Austin. You guys got to head down there. Oh, okay. We're not going to open it, you guys. And by the way, all of this was done via email. It was one group email to the 70 people in Austin saying the program has been canceled, and that they had been terminated. To me, I'm an independent contractor because of that. Now, again, how stable are the rideshare companies? Should you expect that W-2 job to last? Be careful, is I guess what I say. What is this? There's all the benefits. Maybe I missed something. I must be missing something. You get blocks of guaranteed boosts. Oh, I see. You're saying it about Uber Pro. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, Brandon, I don't know. Okay, with full transparency, I don't know why any of the games will exist anymore. And maybe that's me. Again, we all know Uber. They're not going to say, hey, look at, we're moving to this complete transparency model. You can see where you're picking up, see where you're dropping off, and you can see the price, because they are moving away from line items. And so that would scare me. So what I would say there is, if they're moving away from that, they're going to put into place this full transparency model. Everybody's going to be like, well, I'm passing on a lot of offers and it sucks because they suck, but at least I'm seeing it up front, so I know. And I would imagine that not far after that, and this is how Uber does everything. So it's not a surprise that, down the road a couple of months that, that maybe they start to yank all of that. I mean, why have games? Why have quests? Why have bonuses? Why have any of that if you're going to show full transparency? We don't need the games. You don't need to do, if you do 50, 70, 90, 110 rides, you get this. Or, hey, there's a quest, 2-5 here. Hey, go here and play in traffic. Like, no more games. That's all I want. I don't really care about the quests, bonuses, any of that. I just want full transparency on each ride I take. And if they all suck, luckily I got an arsenal of platforms to turn to. So, enough said. But yeah, and then Lisa mentioned that it's based on acceptance rate. Again, I don't know. See, that's the kind of thing. Like, it's why, but it's not just because it's based on an acceptance rate. It's because why would they have it around? Why would you have why would you have this in there? If you're showing the drivers complete transparency, even the best of us, that's all we've asked for from the beginning. Or not the beginning, because the beginning was you made too much money. It was like, how am I making this much money? You didn't even care to see the breakdown in 2014, 2015. But by 2016, it was absolutely like 2017. What the hell's going on here? Why did I move to from a 90-10 split to a 85 cent per mile, 20 cent per minute, that then turned into um, here in Denver, one of the worst markets, 55 cents a mile for Uber X, 11 cents a minute. I mean, what is that? That's junk, is what that is. So at this point, I need an upfront model because that's just junk. Even though I can do the math, 6 miles, time of day, I don't want to. Just show me the offer. Just show me the offer. Don't don't play games. But with that, I think is gonna, when you say, but all the times I've said don't play games, that that would mean take away the games, the quests, the bonuses. Maybe it would allow them to get into a better pay model too, because we all know that these bonuses that go out that say, hey, do 120 rides in 60 days and get guaranteed earnings of $4,000. Really? $4,000? Like, I know people who have okay, like GigTube, I'm going to mention here, like Chad. I know Chad, stopped doing Lyft forever because he said it sucks where he is. Okay, so then he did it to do one of these guarantees. He did it. He did one more than the guarantee, did 121. He got his $4,000. He called Lyft and he said, "Can't not only cancel, but delete my account from your records." So, I don't often mention Chad as an example. It's just the only one I had that I knew of who did exactly that. He did one over just to make sure they didn't screw him. And then he called and said, cancel it. He did it in about 2 weeks. And so really, he made about, I can't even remember what it was, out of the 3,500 or $4,000, he made like 1,200. So 2,300 was subsidized by Lyft. And that's what they do on all these people. And now they're allowing veteran drivers to come back on the platform and get these too. And to me, it's like, yeah, that's great. But you know what? It's not a good promotion because it's taking away from you guys focusing on getting us paid correctly. I think get rid of the games. I think get rid of the referral 30 days and, 60 days, you can make $4,000 because we all know that's BS. I'm trying to clean up my language a little bit here, guys. But we all know this. What's up, Faith? We all know that's BS because, it's let the bonuses and games be gone. Let the referral money that's being wasted as marketing money be gone. And even though it won't be overnight, full transparency and start working on that number a little bit, on what it should be. Even, man, I'm not saying it needs to come up a ton. It would be great if it did. Again, we always want more money. But, come up some. Like meet somewhere there. Because you're going to take away all the games. They're going to save so much money not doing referral programs for $4,000. Okay, like whether the person does, their thought is most people won't do the 120 rides in 60 days. And I would bet they're pretty spot on with that. I bet you, I would just be guessing, but I'll underbid it a bit. Like, let's say 80% of the people who did that. No, I don't think even that. I think it's even higher, but let's say 80% did not complete the 120 rides in 60 days. I think it might be more like 90, and that's what they count on. But that just means that they get however many rides that they do out of those people before they go, oh, I'm not going to hit that. And then they just stop working it. But most people don't close their account. So if anything goes wrong in their life, or if they need extra money or whatever, they're still on the Lyft platform, even if they're like, screw this, I can't make any money. If something tomorrow happens and they're living week to week, they're like, well, I still have Lyft, and they will just go back to it. And they will be the people that take the crappy orders. So full transparency is what's needed. It's what's needed. It's what's needed. But yeah, I wanted to ask you guys about this Iowa law before I have to head up to Independence Pass. Faith, you should be here because I'm about to take the most beautiful drive in what I might say the country. Definitely in Colorado, but maybe in the country. There's some stuff up near up in northern Montana by Glacier that's pretty dope. But this is amazing. It's called Independence Pass. It goes from Leadville to Aspen. It's open 10 weeks a year. And my buddy Hugh and I are going to take our dogs and get down to Turquoise Lake, come back up, and then I got to get back here to town. But yeah, it's amazing, guys. It's from the top of it, you can see the maroon bells. I don't know if you guys have ever most of you have probably heard of the maroon bells. If not, I 100% guarantee you every one of you has seen a picture of the maroon bells, but just never been told it's the maroon bells. It's probably the most photographed spot in Colorado, or most photographed mountain range. It's outside. It's right behind Aspen. If you look it up, it's maroon bells, like the So, um, I know, Faith, you should be here. Well, I'll be in Dallas in. Wait, really? I'll be in Dallas in like 8 days. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Hannibal, thank you. I will have fun. It's awesome, but I will be back tonight too. So don't. Um, I will be here for that. I need to be here for my son to make him dinner first anyway. So and hang out with him a bit. Um, but let's get on the top of the computer now. But oh, I'll take pictures. Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm even thinking about taking up the GoPro. Um, but so I will be back tonight for can uh can he cook? Uh, no. He can, like if I'm not here, he can handle himself. He can make sandwiches. He won't starve, but he can't cook. It's not about that though. It's that, you know, um yeah, no, Hannibal, I've started teaching him, but it's just, he aces it in so many other things. That, I'm just not gonna push it. It's just not his thing. He just, I don't know. And you know, but I cook, so I cook for the two of us. But it's more about our time together, as you'll see as your kid gets older, Hannibal, because he's a teenager now, so like we don't even cross paths unless like we sync up and go, well, okay, I got this, I got. So instead, what we did was just rubber stamped everything, and unless like so if like today I'm altering it, I'm moving it a little back, but every day together is 7:30 to 9. I make dinner, we hang out, we debrief from the day, and maybe watch a movie, play some chess, whatever we do. But that is our hour and a half because he's a teenager, and then he goes back to being up way later than me. Yeah, he's awesome, dude. But yeah, the cooking thing, no. But could he make himself a sandwich? Yes. So, like, am I going to have to make him a? Let me put it this way: am I going to have to make him a sandwich before I go today? Because he's not coming. I'm going up to meet a buddy. But am I going to have to do that? No. He knows how to get up, make breakfast for himself, make a sandwich, or have a cup of soup or something, whatever he wants to do at lunch. And he's actually really responsible. He takes care of our front lawn, and he's, I don't have to harp on him. He's got this down. So, I don't know. He's crushing it enough other ways. I'm not going to push the cooking. He has told me he hates it, but he also told me he hates doing dishes. And I told him that the person who doesn't cook in this house does the dishes. So I try and make an extra big mess when I'm cooking. I pull out dishes I don't need. Just kidding. I love my boy. He's awesome. He really is. Um, we all have our moments with our kids in good and bad situations at all different ages. But when we all step back, overall, all of us, for the most part anyway, I think all of us just amazingly love our kids. And when we look at the whole, it's like they're killing it, or they're doing very good. For Max, he's always killed it, but he had a couple years of very good before he went back to killing it. I don't know, maybe other parents in here can attest, but there will always be a 2 week or a two it's 2 weeks, sorry, 2 year period where their teenagerness will just and at that point just step away. My friend Tammy has 3 kids, and she told me this. She's a very, very dear friend of mine. They're all over 18 now, and they're all amazing kids. And so I was like, Tammy, what's the trick when they're in that butthole stage of being teenagers? And she's like, oh, at that stage, as soon as you recognize the butthole stage of being a teenager, you just back off and say, I've put all knowledge into you I can. I've done all of the moral compassing to help you out that I can. But that's the point where they're gonna they're gonna start making some decisions, good and bad. And it's best to just, it's like if a bunch of people are shooting, it's best just to duck. Like, because they're gonna make some bad decisions and they're gonna make a lot of good ones. But we all know that you could be somebody who makes all good decisions, but you make one bad one. Maybe you learn from it, you move on. It happened. Maybe you make one bad one that you get caught doing something and it just can wreck you. So, I mean, you, I think she's right. I think that when you get to that, I'm a teenager, shut up, you don't know anything. Okay, perfect. You go out and don't get arrested. Like, hey, Jackie from Michigan, how are you? Michigan. Um, I'm such a huge Michigan person, Jackie. You probably don't know that about me. I've mentioned it a couple times, but you probably I don't mention it too much anymore unless I meet somebody who's from Michigan like you. And you've been recently around here, and I dig that. So, uh, okay, did I even get to this? Oh, so this law. I do want to talk about this law. Um, hey, what up? What up, Joe? I started early, bro, because I gotta get up Independence Pass and then get back down here for a couple things this evening. So yeah, I just started early. Plus, it's not 100 degrees yet, and anyway, I'm really looking forward to this decompression car ride and taking my dog up into the mountains. One of these days, I'll need to live stream that drive because it's awesome. It's amazing all the way up to Leadville. Independence Pass would too, but it lasts unless this year's different. They've never had towers on there because just like it's only open for 10 months a year. It it's an awesome highway. I mean, but it gets very switchback, and you're on some very very steep declines. Like you kind of are like, whoa, dude, like anything looking down, if you get that kind of seasickness or whatever, like if you look down on a roundabout at the top, it's not like there's the gate and all this stuff. So it's, to like protect you and make sure you got to really be aware. And yeah, it's only open 10 weeks a year. That should tell you a lot. And the reason is because it's weather. Even not that it snows or whatnot, but they just don't trust it after a certain point. So whether or not they close it. So yeah, so the thing I wanted to mention was um the Iowa law. I want to know what you guys think of that. So Iowa has made a law where if you're DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, you can no longer go and get uh food from a restaurant unless Uber or whichever platform, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Grubhub has a contract with that restaurant. Now, are some people doing it? Yeah, and that's why the story came out because they are. Um, however, under the law now, they can sue um, them. And before that, I guess that probably would have been true. You could have gone through it and sued them. But if you're living in a state where they're just doing it, like DC, I know does it a lot. So we'll pick on DC here for a minute. Um, so DC is having a lot of problems with this. A, with ghost kitchens operating that aren't even real restaurants, but B, with people not having contracts with Grubhub, DoorDash, uh, or Uber Eats, and they're still delivering from those restaurants. I want to know how you guys all feel. I want to know if you guys like that. I personally, I like it. I think that I've been a business owner. I've been a restaurant bar owner for many years. So I've been every job in the restaurant and bar and service industry from top to bottom. You know, if you've been in the service industry, you know the rule. That's not my job. Get you fired. Period. So, you know, sometimes when we're, you know, not happy with the orders we're getting on these platforms, remember that in the restaurant, when you're like, well, that's not my job, you're fired. Because it literally, I mean, unless you're like working at some place that needs staff so bad that they don't put that in place. But high volume bars all enact that. It's like a one strike deal. That's not my job, gets you fired. Or it gets you like trash duty or something nasty, like, you know, clean out the pits behind the bar. I mean, it gets you something nasty one time, but I can guarantee you at a high volume bar, if even they let you have that punishment, they're never going to let you have a second one. Second doesn't exist. Usually a first doesn't exist because the bartenders get too mad. So if somebody says it's not my job, it's not even like the manager can say, well, I like that guy and I see potential. It's like it's over and there's really nothing you can do about it because once the bartender's like, he's done, he's done. I mean, that's at least high volume bars. Restaurants, some places work differently, but high volume bars that I've bartended in, that I've worked in, it's about a one strike. So, you know, because it's usually the door or the bar back or the floor walker's position to you know, pick up, clean glassware. You know, even servers wouldn't do it because they're too busy. Again, like I'm used to when I say high volume bars, I'm talking about everybody is so busy that it's at a point where everybody has to do their job. So then if you're assigned, hey, take the trash out from a bartender because the trash is at mounting over the top, you know, and if somebody were to say that's not my job, the bartender would be like, get out from behind my bar now. And then he'd just ask a different person, have it done, and most likely tell a manager, hey, get him out of here. I don't need him here. So the bar industry is a little brutal sometimes, you guys. It's not stab people in the back brutal because every bartender I know will say what they need to your face like a man. You know, 25 years, Xander, a lot of them were spent door, floor, bar back, waiter. I earned my way into bartending. And then the parent company I worked for in Michigan, when I moved out to Colorado, or I moved to Miami first, but when I moved out to Colorado after working for Laser, they were willing to put back in me. They've done it for other people too, like people who have been with the company in Michigan for years. If you move somewhere else and if you were good with the company and you had even been an AGM, an assistant general manager, or even just a floor manager, I had been an AGM, so they were all about it. I found a bar, we got in it together, and you know, it's you know, you do a with this way anyway. You do a sweat equity, so like my 10% of the ownership, even if I could have scraped the money together, they don't let you. You sweat equity earn it, but you still get a good salary. Again, your salary though, so always watch out for salary jobs. But you are earning 10% of the bar. The only thing is that when you leave the company, you have to turn in your shares of the bar unless they have another member who's willing to give up 10% to be put into the new GM, because they always want the GM to have 10% of the bar. Makes sense. It cuts down on stealing and it makes it trickle down and makes the law enforced across the board so that people aren't scamming you and whatnot. But yeah, hey, thanks, Hannibal. Yeah, hit like, you guys. Hit subscribe if you haven't. I don't know if I don't know who all is subscribed here, but sometimes I wonder because, you know, if you search something, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but if you search something on YouTube and it says Rideshare Rodeo and it might even say subscribe and you click it, but that just unsubscribed you. Now, if you search Rideshare Rodeo and you go to the icon and you click it to go to my homepage, then it won't say red subscribe. It'll say subscribed if you're subscribed. So sometimes if you search something and see it as red subscribe, you might be unsubscribing. It's very weird. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good system. It should come up as subscribed when it just shows even in the feed, because people can click the subscribe from there. So um, thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. It's probably because we're Michigan people. Us Michiganders got to stick together. Say yeah to the UPA. That's up north Michigan talk for those of you that are not familiar. It's a little bit of hillbilly with a splash of Canadian and a little dash of hockey. And Joe, let's play DoorDash. Jackie, tell me if I'm wrong or right, or did I just describe that pretty well? You guys are both from Michigan, so. But by the way, guys, those of you from Michigan, or those of you from anywhere, man, I've told Gary this many, many times. If you've never been to Colorado, you guys need to get out here, man. This place is amazing. I've been out here since, I've been out here for 24, almost 25 years now. So, I don't come from a beautiful state, Michigan, and go, oh, this place is okay, I'll stay. This place is amazing. So, I love Michigan. I love going home, hanging out with my cousin, who's like a brother to me, older cousin, and he lives in Clinton Township, and he has a boat on Lake St. Clair, and we take it out, and we've gone to Canada, and we've done these hunting trips where, and Joe, I don't know if you've ever done anything like this, but I got to talk about this for a minute, is that we do these hunting trips where, well, my cousin's very intense. I'm not a big hunter. I grew up with him and our cabin doing it a little bit, but I love fishing. I love fishing from the boat. I love fishing in lake. I love fishing in little creek runoffs because I know that there's some amazing catches in Michigan there. But when I go hunting, so my cousin took me on, it was actually his bachelor party, and we went to Canada, and he had this map, and it was like him and three of his hunting friends who are hardcore and me, and they all know me really well, but they, so they're like, oh, are you gonna kill something? I'm like, probably, maybe, probably not, unless it's one of you guys or something. I don't know. So but anyway, when we got there, it was walking in on this trail, and again, this is not, you're not supposed to do this, guys. There are ways that you're supposed to enter Canada the way we did. You're not. If you get caught, the mounted police or whoever might catch you, it's not like you're in a ton of trouble, but they're going to write you a ticket for not coming in right. But when it's boating that shows up and you're from Michigan, they have a little leeway there. So it's like they're not really thinking like you skipped the border. They're more like, guys, you know better. So they slap you with a fine. But this place in particular doesn't get sought after much. So I was like, why? We get there, it's beautiful, beautiful. We hike in a couple miles, and then it was like this overflow brush, but the path continued. But and there was more clearance than like the army training where you're on your stomach and there's barbed wire. But it was like twice that clearance for like a mile. And we had the wet dry bags for boats. We had those tied around our ankles, and we crawled for a mile, and then we hiked for another 2 miles to this camping spot. And what it was because of all this like wire bush or just whatever it was. I mean, it would rip your skin if it hit you. So it was kind of like barbed wire. And so, but when you'd get to this spot, because it was behind all this bush, there was tons of hunting to be had. Nobody there, So it was like, I don't know. We were up there for a bit, and I kept saying, well, what if we get something big and we gotta, take it out of here? And that's when they were like, well, there's like a 10-mile around. I'm like, I'm just gonna have some beers, you guys hunt, because I'm not gonna help you carry anything out. But we had a blast. I don't even know how much we really hunted. Up at our cabin, we hunt all the time, or we would, but I don't even know how much we really hunted or whatever. It was more just hanging out. Um, I think we even went back to the boat one night, just to be on the boat and have some fun. But it's a whole ordeal. Michigan's a whole lifestyle that unless you've been there, you just don't get it. Because the Great Lakes are amazing, and you know what's sweet about the Great Lakes? You won't get eaten by a shark. So, yeah, Joe, I don't know if I'd already told you. I am a 29-year veteran of snowboarding. I do a lot of backcountry. I am Avalanche 1 certified. I will be Avalanche 2 certified uh, um, in February of next year. I have my week class to get the second one. And then I just have to do my. I thought it was longer, but I think it's 8 weeks. I have to do my 8 weeks as a paramedic to be qualified for search and rescue. So I've been hitting some milestones lately. 150th episode. What's up, Nova? Nova helped me complete that 150th episode, and thank you, Nova. Um, and then you know, I've been. I don't know. I'm working my way to this and other things, and but yeah, I'm happy to. I don't know if you've been snowboarding, Joe. I definitely would not take you in the backcountry here because you got to take the avalanche classes. There's too many. There's too many people out there who don't take them, and it really worries those of us who have because you don't learn about it. The truth about avalanches till you take Avi 1 and 2 out here. In fact, to work backcountry patrol anywhere in the country, you have to take avalanche 1 and 2, but you can only take it at Rocky Mountain National Park here in Colorado, or you can take it up in the Grand Tetons in Jackson, Wyoming. Those are the only two places that offer the classes that you need to get qualified. Um, so you have to go spend like a week up there. Or for me, Rocky Mountain National Park is about an hour and a half away. But the way they do the package is pretty cool. You actually stay at the YMCA in bunk beds, and they just include it into the price because you need to be up at like 6 a.m. and then you have your field study till about noon, and then you come back and you do a 3 to 4 hour written assessment, and you got to break down things. And it is a lot, guys, but it's something that I'm really trying to. Um, it's something I'm gonna hit. This is when I when Max goes off to high school, and I'm gonna move into either the foothills here, or I'm gonna be in Durango, or I'm gonna be in Summit County because I want to live in the mountains so bad, and I also have the skills to be backcountry. So, and I love it. So I figured, why not? I know some other people who do it up there, and yeah, it's a tough job when you're needed, especially. And you'd be surprised out here in Colorado, you get needed for a lot of things. Like even at resorts, people can be at Vail or at Steamboat, and they go out of bounds somewhere. They're just like, well, it's a mountain, it'll just go down, I'll wrap it back around. It's so easy to lose your bearings, and then you're out there, and if they have somebody missing, it's not like like, well, like the police, like, well, has he been missing for 24 hours? Up in the mountains, it's like, has he been missing how long? Let's go. It's they know that nightfall comes quickly. They know that most people might not survive a night, even without avalanches and stuff. Just most people don't know what to do. They don't know how to make even a shelter in the snow. They don't know how to find good shelter. They don't know how to use your coat as a wind block instead of wearing it on you. They might not have the proper layers, especially the type of people who'd go out of bounds. That's all me, dude. Like, whatever. It's out of bounds for a reason, guy. Unless you're one of us that knows what it does, don't be back there. Uh, but yeah. So that was about it, you guys. I've been about an hour and a half. Joe, if I don't know, I'll drop a link. It's an hour 34:26 right now. I'll go till 2 hours because that'll be 10:30, and I'm out of here at 11. Meeting my buddy at 2:30. So yeah, that'll work. And I'll still be back here on time. So here's going to be the link. and I'll be here for 25 minutes. And I'm gonna send right now. I'm gonna take a quick little break from the camera, guys, because I'm gonna send Abdul a message saying I guess we're gonna reschedule just so that we can get this on the books. So bear with me here. Or what is it? My new thing's gonna be. Hold on while I take care of this. Amuse yourselves. Or a topic, like topic, foot fungus. Go. Yeah, so I got my topo map here, topographical maps. If you guys have never seen these, it's best things in the world to find every thing that you need. See elevation charts, everything. Oh, Jackie, are you asking me what city I'm in? I'm in Denver. But I've lived all over the Front Range. I've lived in Boulder, Denver, Evergreen up in the foothills, Golden, Lakewood. I've lived in this. That's all within symmetry of Denver. Probably all within like 50 miles. But I don't know if you were asking me, but
what up?
I had to have. I mean, dude, I'm about to wrap this up, and like nobody had been on, although I hadn't dropped a link, so I had to have at least one visitor. I knew you were coming on, so actually this worked great.
Yeah, man. Just got home from camp. We're unloading the cars.
Yeah.
Enjoying a little ride show rodeo Funday Sunday.
How was it looked crowded when I talked to you Friday.
Oh yeah, dude, it was beautiful there. It's a nice resort.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we did everything from swimming to fishing to campfire cooking
to gambling.
Yeah, we did. I won the family poker game, so I didn't have to help pack up the tent this morning. That was nice.
Nice. Oh, so not for money, for something better.
Yeah, exactly. We
save
my
back.
Right. We play for chores.
Yeah, man. That's so cool. Like, I don't know if you guys were you camping like out of a tent? Were you tent camping?
Yeah, we're tent campers.
So yeah, when I was younger, man, I used to wear one of those backpacks I would take my son in.
Yeah.
Plus all our equipment. So then I'd have to set him down if he cried or whatever. And I'm trying to build camp and it's windy. And I'm like, dude, enough for a minute.
Right.
But now he's old enough and I can go, dude. You're taller than me. You're break it down. And we're past the age of I don't know how. I don't know. Yeah, you did.
Exactly. It's time to man up and help out.
Man up. Man up is the mantra for this weekend.
There we go. Hashtag.
Man up, people. Man up. Oh. Handle your business like a man and man up.
Exactly. That's shit, I think I got everything unpacked.
Nice. So Joe, what did you hear me talking about this law that went in effect in Iowa? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, around here you get tired of the business owners getting pissed off because I got the Grubhub card that says Grubhub on it.
Yeah.
And I go in to order food and they order it, and then as soon as I pull that out, they're like, we don't work with Grubhub.
Yep.
And then it's just a big pain in the ass. So, and I don't know, I think it's good.
Yeah, and honestly, man, it would get me to thinking, like, why would Grubhub want that? Why does Grubhub want to put this guy's pizza joint that he's like, no, I've got a great business. I don't need you. I even have a part-time delivery guy that I pay. Knock it off. I'm just good with my volume. I know how to staff my place. Back off, Grubhub. Like, I get it, dude. So, and if I own a business, I damn well want to talk to somebody that's going to sell my stuff.
Exactly, and it's more just the app being greedy and wanting to push as much as they can out to everyone they can so they can make that extra couple bucks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just ridiculous, dude. I mean, like, this should be in every state. And again,
Yeah,
I'm not getting political. If somebody's like, "Oh, that was a Democrat decision," or "Oh, that was a Republican decision," no, you know what? So what? I'm just saying this should be everywhere. You should. I don't think any of us disagree with that. If you own a business and you worked hard for it, anybody doing business with you outside of ordering their own food and a drink should be talking to you first.
right.
I mean, your vendors, everything, everybody talks to you. Everybody comes up with a contract, prices, everything is done that way. Why does Grubhub just come in and go, "Hey, we're here for the pizza"? What pizza? We don't work with you. We didn't get an order. It's not ready. What are you talking about? Or we don't sell
Right.
pizza. Why are you here?
Right, and I can see them being pissed off about that too because the drivers don't understand and they show up thinking the order's ready
Yeah.
and the restaurant has no idea about it, and it's I don't know. And then I heard someone said they contacted support and support told them, "Oh no, just pretend you're like a customer and order it." Like
Yeah.
not to get fired from the bar, but you know what? That's not my job.
That's what this one did in Iowa. Was the guy who had owned this pizza parlor for like 30 years was on the video, and they did a recreating thing actually, which was kind of funny. So it wasn't the real like cam
Yeah.
from the store or something. That was a bad. It was like this pro shot. Guy walks in with a Grubhub bag and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here for my order of pizza." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Pizza, I work for Grubhub." She's like, "We don't work with Grubhub. We specifically don't work with Grubhub. We don't like it." She's like, "But you're welcome to order a pizza and wait." And he said, "How long?" She goes, "About an hour 15."
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, but here's my thing. Why is Grubhub doing business with this company that clearly not only is like, "Wait, this is confusing me." They're past that. They get it. And they're like, "Get out of here.
Right.
This is my bit. I've been here for 40 years. It's my business. Get out. I don't want it." It's basically like, I don't, when you have a vendor or you have purveyors or things you're working with, you're going to, "Okay, here's my pitch. Do you want to do that?" No, or yes, or can we tweak it to this? But somebody comes and forces their hand down your throat. Maybe you are like, "Dude, this is my business and it's all family run. All my family members work here. We don't triple the staff to accommodate delivery platforms, and we're happy with the way things are." That's how it should be. No delivery platform should be going there because it'll take from their business.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if people don't know, especially in the restaurant industry, let's take out the bar portion because this was a pizza guy that had the interview in Iowa. Um, so a guy doing food cost goes through the roof very quickly. And that even comes from like having to like try and rush orders or more than you can do. You get a little sloppy, things get spilled, things happen. But so there goes your food cost. You don't have enough labor. Um, and staffing, and we all know that, most restaurants and bars, I learned this a long time ago. Most restaurants and bars that can't survive, it's usually because of payroll in the end.
Right.
They just can't afford the payroll and to keep all the products stocked, and they're not good at keeping their cost of liquor at 15 to 18% and their tap costs under 20%. And they don't know that even in a bar restaurant where you're only doing 20% food or 15% food with a tavern license, that even that has to be at 18 to 23% food cost. I mean, these are important factors, and all those go out the window. As soon as those go out the window, your business is done. So if all these platforms are going to come in, they're going to screw you up. However, if they come in and meet with you and say, "Hey, can we deliver here?" Yeah, let's work this out.
Right.
Doing
it the shady way, just I don't know, it ain't right.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad it happened in Iowa. I actually hope it happens in every state. I hope this is a law that goes nationwide because I think that no matter, I mean, I see Gary. I know Gary. Let's see. I would order it and go do another app if it paid enough. See, yeah, I don't know. But again, Gary, they don't want them in there. It's
kind of like just bringing bad karma on yourself if they don't want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
doesn't make sense.
If they don't want it, man, they don't want it. Like, hey, we don't work with Grubhub. You can't order Grubhub from our restaurant. Oh, well, I was able to through their app. Well, their app sucks then. Figure it out. Hi.
My beautiful wife.
Yeah. Oh, I thought she waved. But so now what do you got planned? You won the poker tournament. People are unloading.
Yep, we
Are
got
they
everything.
cooking for you? Do you get to kick your legs up for the day? And
No, the treat is today after everybody showers here, we're gonna go off to the Golden Corral and be a little bit lazy about cooking today and let everybody get what they want.
I hear you. Yeah. That's kind of how my son and I are too. Even on like the days where it should be like a good cook, it's like, dude, let's just go out. And, I feel like I cook on the days where I'm like 14 hours busy, get home and I cook. And then on the days where I'm being lazy, I'm like, dude, let's just go figure out.
It's definitely one of those days. I hit the Budweiser's a little hard this weekend, so it's gonna be a nice, relaxing type of day.
It looks overcast there.
Yeah, it's a little overcast, but it's not bad. It's not muggy. I'm loving that part.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
that's part of the reason. That's one of my biggest issues about Michigan.
Yeah,
is the mugginess. It really crushes me, dude. The humidity in the summer really kills me. Like I have some major allergy. I have allergies anyway, but out here it's a dry climate. But in Michigan, wow.
Allergies in Michigan suck.
It does, dude.
100%. It looks like my phone just went down to 5%, so I'm probably gonna have to drop.
All right, bro. Well, figure out when you want to come out here and ride some snowboard.
Most definitely, dude. We'll plan that trip. I'm in. 100%.
Snowmobiling, we got it all, bro.
Hell yeah.
All right, Joe. Peace.
All right. Peace, guys. Have a good one.
So if you guys aren't subscribed to Joe's channel, Let's Play DoorDash, you should. The guy, he honestly meets the name of his channel. Let's Play DoorDash. Oh, I just realized I'm at low percent, so I'm gonna probably have to change cam here real quick. Hold on, guys. The cam's gonna change, then I gotta swap out this. And then I got about 12, 13 minutes left, and I will be done on the hour because Flex made it so that somehow he got in my head, and I always got to at least try to stop on a half hour, an hour, something. But yeah, I see Joe there. You guys, if you haven't checked out Joe's channel, he's the foreman at a aerospace facility, and he doesn't even need to be doing this. It's more like a test. He also does it for fun and just little side income, but it's I like that because that makes it so he is totally able to so that he is totally able to test and play. He can do what he wants. He can try like all kinds of things. If it doesn't work. So, but check out his channel. He's got a good channel up there. And it's fun. It's lighthearted. I think a lot of us need that right now. And enough with the anger. I don't know if does anybody in here know what was up with the 3 nights of full moon? Is that a normal thing? I'm just curious. Because I don't know that I've ever even heard of that, but we just had 3 full moons in a row, 3 nights in a row. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but the energy around full moons can really affect people, even if you're not into astrology and all this, that, the other, and any kind of that kind of stuff. It can. The energy of full moons can affect a lot of things, and I'm just curious if anybody knows why we had 3 in a row, and like, does that happen often? I don't think that if it happens often, I'm surprised I don't know about it. I was very confused how it even happened in the first place. But was this just kind of like a perfect storm, or this like a 1 in 30 year comes together where 3 moons, or is that? Because as far as I remember, the only time I've ever heard 3 moons was in the original Star Wars, when they had 3 moons at the same time. So, at least from Luke's home planet, whatever. I forget what his was. Anybody know Skywalker's home planet? What was it? uh, a lot of misunderstanding about what the moons. I'm just asking what people know about the moons. Tatooine. Wait a minute. Was he from Tatooine or was Leia from Tatooine because they blew up? Didn't they blow up Tatooine in the first one? And they made her watch? I thought that was her home planet. Luke was more on the blue collar planet. He was one of us. He worked the crops, went into town for space gear, dealt with sand people. I mean, you guys do that every day, right? I do. Alderaan. Oh, thank you, Rex. Okay, so Leia was from Alderaan, but actually, was she from Alderaan? Because didn't she lie to him? And he said, he's like, "Where are the plans?" And she says, "They're on whatever." And then he blew up, or did he blow up her planet to make an example? Yeah, maybe that was it. No, it was the desert planet with old Ben watching over him. Oh yeah, old Ben's the creepy like pedophile up in the hills, like down there. Ooh, Jawas. um, I don't know. Let's see. I've got to blow off 8 minutes, or else I can't flex this one and call it an even hour. So, what I will say though, guys, is please keep it friendly with each other. Um, I know we've been trying to say ELE, everybody love everybody, and last night Hannibal told me that's not possible. I get that. I guess that's not really what I was looking for. I was just using the Will Ferrell example, but I'm going to say ERE. Everyone respect everyone, and by that I mean we're all adults here. Be an adult, handle your business correctly. Don't be if you can call somebody and fix something, do it. Don't try and make it some huge spectacle. Um, so if you have the ability to call somebody and you have an issue with them, do that. Be a man or a woman or whatever your gender preference is. God, I can't believe that I live in a world where I have to say that. And I'm not saying anything against it. I just can't believe I live in a world where this has to be said. And I'm not even sure how I say that. Be a man, be a woman, because I'm all for whatever you want to do with your life, but man, these new pronouns and everything is just, yeah, right. Hey, I like that. Whatever happened to do unto others as you'd have done to yourself? I like that a lot. Rex, in the word Rodney, actually, Hannibal last night said he actually said the opposite of this. He straight up, and he didn't even quote Rodney King. He was like, "It's not like we can all just get along." So he actually said, "No, we can't." You know, and sadly, that is probably to a level true. But for the majority of us, we should be able to. We understand how things go. Shouldn't take things out on other people. You shouldn't make things public that aren't public. And you should take care of your business professionally. And with that, you should take care of your life professionally. You should handle everything with love and care. And if you have a problem with somebody, call them. Especially if you have that ability. A lot of times we don't have the ability to call somebody. And all you're left with is a social. And at that point, I would say just back off, because if all you know is social. But if you know somebody well enough where you guys have that communication already open on a phone, and you bring it to a public stage instead, yeah, I would say I would go with what Joe said. Whatever happened to do unto others is you do unto yourself. And that can be taken by or however people want, by whoever wants to take it however they want, because I mean it the way I mean it. Uh, you know, hey Brandon, what's up? I was talking about you early because um, I said that I'm looking forward to having lunch with you. Um, can you, Brandon? Can you put your town name? I forgot again, but I know I'm driving straight through it, so that's why I'm going to have lunch with Brandon. I mean, I would have ventured 10, 20 miles off the track, but it's a long drive to Texas. No, I'm kidding. I would have probably even gone a little farther, but I'm going right through his town, and we're going to have lunch, and I'm really looking forward to that. Who knows? Maybe we'll even do an impromptu live stream or something. Wichita Falls, yeah. So, Brandon, how far is Wichita Falls from Dallas? We can't all get along. He is right. However, we can overlook people's shortcomings. Exactly. Exactly. You know, or, you know, when you say overlook people's shortcomings, maybe like overlook your own shortcomings that makes you lash out on other people too. So, because I think a lot of people do that. I think, guys, I honestly think there's a lot of just rage right now in the world. I was talking about this early in the week. I think I was talking about with Nova even, and then maybe again on Thursday. But it's people are very different since the pandemic. Um, people have a short fuse. They they can get angry a lot quicker. They can get angrier than they used to get. Um, but hey, we have a good people community, and I love that. If there's people that just want to talk smack about others, then let them have you know their thing, because that's not what I want to do. I really, no matter what people know about me from before YouTube, I have never been anything but about helping people. My work at Para is only to help people. You know, what Gary Middleton's in here, like what I want to do with Gary in the future is maybe not even fully defined yet. I just know Gary's a smart guy, and him and I have a way where, when the idea clicks, look out, man, because Gary and I will nail it for real, because we already sync up really well, and we kind of balance each other out with what we're able to do. So it's like, when we have that idea, and we've already had conversations about different things, but when we have that idea, look out. um, what is this? We can get along, but we can also ignore, dodge, ghost people we don't get along with. Yep, yep, yep. Because the sooner you don't give them the attention they crave, they just stop. I mean, because they need to feed on people that will give the attention back. So if somebody does something nasty and then another thing and you engage them, sweet. They've got a week of material. That's all they look at it for. If somebody engages you aggressively and you just don't care at all, then, you know, then, yeah, maybe for another day or two you can talk about it. But then even in those conversations, it gets old. And especially if the other person isn't saying anything, because it becomes like, dude, why don't you shut up to the person who is? So just my 2 cents. Fact stash theory. It's so wrong. It is so wrong, Jackie. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We are not perfect. We make bad judgments sometimes. The important thing to remember is sometimes it isn't the other person who is wrong. Sometimes it is us. You have to be smart enough to realize, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, dude, I mean, perfect example right here is this comment from Brandon. Like, we are not perfect. I am not perfect at all. Ask my son. However, ask my son if I've been the best dad in the world, and he'll also say yes. Is he perfect? He'll go, no. I mean, it'll be a quick answer. Is he the best dad you could imagine having? Yep. So I'll take that. I'll take that win because yeah, I'm not perfect. And in fact, I had never had a kid before. And I have him 6 days a week. His mom has him one. And I've been the full time parent. So yeah, I am not perfect. And that's just one good example. I've had other times in my life too, but I always do try and bring, some kind of closure to something, even if I don't agree with somebody and we're button heads, I try and put a closure to it at least. I think that that's a good thing to do, but to like abuse these platforms and stuff, and when you don't realize that other people are on these platforms for to help people and to do the right promotions for sponsors and do this, that, and the other. If you don't do that, then you're just trolling. Then you're just trying to make trouble for a channel that is doing something that you are not doing. And that I can easily say. Anything and nobody who has a channel that's trying to help all these people and be positive and stuff is um working with these companies who are making changes for the better. It's people are angry right now. And I don't even know if a lot of times they're angry with who they think they're angry with. They're just angry. They're short fused and angry. Um, and I think that don't feed in others. Some live for that. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what. Yeah. Maybe you'd already written that, and I was just preaching it too. But Brandon, you and I seem to have this. I always love. I honestly, you guys, if you don't if you don't watch Dashing Grandpa, I don't know what you're doing, because his lives alone. I mean, his videos are, he keeps them funny too. He's always got. And maybe some of you don't find it funny. I find it really funny. I think his jokes are hilarious. But I think his channel is great, and he always puts out a positive message. I've never once seen him say anything, even not positive. Like, he's always putting out a message, even if he doesn't think he is. you know, um, the opposite of hate. The opposite of love isn't hate; it's indifference. Yeah, yeah. I guess the only thing I have with that dash theory is, is you say the opposite of love. Well, you know, are these people ever, were these people, or are the people who are this angry, were they ever really, did they ever have that love for the people that they trash? A lot of people who, a lot of people are angry with their own lives and just lash out. It happens. Again, that's not based on anybody. I'm just talking here. So, um, I already missed the time, but I am going to wrap it up. Uh, I'm not sure exactly. We're not talking about anybody. I'm just talking about people. We need to resolve our differences. If you have, if Brandon, if I had an issue with you, I would email or text or call you. I wouldn't I wouldn't ignore you and then go public, and that's kind of what it was. Is that you just, everybody needs to take a deep breath, man. Settle down. Take yourself with a grain of salt. It's not all about you. And also realize, this is something I realized a long time ago, is that don't ever think you know what is going on in somebody else's world. Don't, I mean, even if somebody's in the wrong doing something, try and practice that ELE stuff that we talk about. Everybody love everybody, or at least ERE. Everybody respect everybody, because you never know what somebody else has gone through. Even if that person's always a jerk or whatever, but one day they just go extra jerk, you don't know what they've been through that day. So I'd say take it with a grain of salt. That said, you guys, I got to make Independence Pass before I run out of time, and I got to make it back here for a meeting of the minds later tonight. Take care, you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. on Rodeo Live, 7 or 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be Hannibal and I. And I already get Hannibal on the roundtable. But if you don't know, Hannibal and I did one interview, I think, or two on his, and then either one or two on mine. We did a total of 3 channels way back when we met. But we haven't had a one-on-one Hannibal and I in a while. This can be for the podcast, can be live. So join us 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and have a great Sunday, you guys. Don't be good to people, man. Go spread some good energy and go spend some good into this upside down crazy world that we seem to be living in. And with that said, y'all have a great day, earn some great money, be safe, and do something good. Peace.